Hello. I'm going to show you how to take an export CSV file in Schoology, add new grades to it, and re-import it so that all of your grades are in Schoology in one easy step. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to your courses. We're going to choose a course that we want to add assignments to. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this course here, and I'm going to go down to my gradebook. And here I only have one student, and I have some assignments in here already. That's totally fine. This works with multiple students or just one student. The process will be the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over to these three dots here, and we are going to go down to Export. And what this is going to do is give us a couple options. We want to do Gradebook as CSV and do Next. And your download's going to pop up here down at the bottom. And we'll go ahead and click on this to open it. And here we go. So we have a few different columns here. We have our student's first name, last name. This unique user ID is unique to Schoology, and that's why we need to do this export first. We need all of these unique user IDs for all of our students. So that's why we need to do this export step first. We have their overall grade, the grading period, and then the assignments. So what we can go ahead and do is we just don't need this last column here at all with username. We can go ahead and just clear that column completely out. And you can see that this kind of auto-filled in, that's okay. And we're going to go ahead and make a new assignment here. So what I've done is I have exported, quote unquote, the spreadsheet from StudySync. So here I have my student name, the assignment name, and the scores. So I'm just going to go ahead and highlight the assignment name and the scores and do Control-C to copy those. And I'm going to go over to my gradebook and Control-V to paste. So I've got worksheet 1 with a score of 95. And I can add as many assignments as I want to here. So let's say on the fly, I gave out a quick quiz 1, and my student David here got 80% on it. So I can go ahead and enter these assignments on the fly. That's totally fine. Once I'm happy with all of my assignments here, I'm going to go ahead and go up to File, and I'm going to Save As, and I'm going to save this anywhere I like. You can save it to your OneDrive, your desktop, anywhere you want to save it. I'm going to save it to my desktop just for ease of use, and I'm going to call this grade import, and I'll give it today's date, 7-28-16. And I'll go ahead and click Save. And if it asks me if I want to keep using this as a CSV, go ahead and hit Yes, and there we go. So now I can return to Schoology. This window is still open, so I'm just going to click back over to my gradebook. I'm going to go back to those three dots and go ahead and click Import. And I'm going to go ahead and select my file. And here I have this grade import in the date, and I'll go ahead and open that. And I'll go ahead and click Upload. So these columns correspond to the columns in that Excel worksheet that I made. First name, last name, unique ID, overall training, so on and so forth. So what Schoology did is just went ahead and populated them in a list right here. And we need to map these to matching assignments here in Schoology. So these first two, we don't need to worry about. We don't need to worry about mapping first name or last name. We do need to map unique user ID to unique user ID. Overall in training, we also don't have to map. And then we just need to map these assignments to their matching assignments in Schoology. So practice standards already exist, so I'm going to go ahead and map that. ELA test already exists, so I'm going to go ahead and map that. My perspectives already exist, I'm going to map that. StudySync exists, I'm going to map that. And so does this test assignment here. These two, worksheet 1 and quiz 1, you can see they don't exist already. So I'm actually just going to map these to new assignment. Once I'm happy with that, I'm going to double check everything. I got my unique user ID, and I have all of my current assignments mapped to the current assignments in Schoology. And I have these two add-on assignments here mapped to new assignment. So they are good to go. I'm going to go ahead and click Preview. I get a quick preview. I'm going to make sure I'm happy with this. So far I am. I've got my student, I've got my assignment, I've got their current grade, and I've got my student, I've got my new assignment, and I've got the grade that I gave them. So far we're good. I'm going to go ahead and hit Confirm. And here we go. So it says up here, 2 assignments have been created. You can edit options for these assignments through the bulk editor. We are going to want to do that. If you look right now, these assignments are not being included in the gradebook. The reason for that is they're not assigned a grading category, and they aren't assigned a grading period. So Schoology doesn't really know what to do with them right now. So we're going to go ahead and go to the bulk editor. We could click this link up here, or we can click these three dots and click bulk edit. And I show you that because those three dots are always going to be there. So here we have our, in this case, training grading period. And here we have our assignments that have no grading period. So we need to change these. So here we have quiz 1. I'm going to change its category so it'll go to PowerSchool properly. And same with worksheet 1. They're both going to go to my assessment category. I don't need to worry about changing the max points or the factor or the rubric unless I want to. And I don't need to add a due date unless I want to because these assignments are already complete and I've already entered grades for them. I do need to add a grading period though. So here I'm going to just change this to training. In your case, you'll change it to quarter 1, quarter 2, semester 1, semester 2, whatever grading period you usually use. And we'll go ahead and click Save Changes. So this says our changes have been saved, so I'm going to click back over here on my course name to go back to my course. And I'm going to go back into my gradebook. Now that I have done that, now that I have updated those 2 assignments with a category and a grading period, you can see they appear here in my workbook now. And their scores have been factored into the student's overall score. So that's how you add assignments through the Export Import feature in Schoology.